when I read through some of the comments, I could feel the pain. But at the same time, I empathize and sympathize with some of our viewers who commented. Because the truth is, guys, I was once there.
Yeah.
I was in a toxic relationship and I thought it was the most magical thing since hot bread.
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I've been there. I've been in toxic in a toxic relationship, and I kept repeating the same cycles. Even when I had people in my circle telling me that, bro, this you need to leave this girl,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But it happens, and when I look at that, I realize that there are so many people who don't know how to identify the psychological patterns. So many people who misunderstand normal for toxic or toxic
Mm-hmm.
for normal.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why, guys, we have chosen today
To do
to
this video.
speak on this, to do this video, to help people, recognize how to identify toxic traits, toxic relationship. And we did give practical advice in one of our previous videos. Actually, the video that we took this clip from,
Yeah.
we gave some practical advice, some signs
Mm-hmm.
that you can use to tell when you're actually in a toxic relationship, or if that the person you are with is actually toxic.
Yes.
And so we just want to reiterate like three of these signs.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one, babe, is what you talk about in that episode. If you guys want to get deeper insight into those signs, definitely check out that video. The first sign, guys, my wife spoke about this in that video, was
Our love isn't absent problems, but it sure is absent drama. You deserve this kind of love. Unfiltered Heart Talks with the Dawkins.
You're not your authentic self.
you're not your authentic self.
That's right.
Mhm.
You're not your authentic self. You have to be this whole different person. And you know the thing is, babe, if you enter into a relationship the way you are, the normal person that you are, and then you have to morph into a whole different person, not for the better, but for the worse, meaning that
Right.
you're trying to be somebody who you're not.
Mhm.
That's never a good dynamic to be a part of. It's
Yeah.
not good.
It's not good. And
Yes.
and secondly, guys, as I said, we're just running over them. Second one is the control and manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
They want to control the finances. They want to control your movements. And one that you experienced
Mm-hmm.
in your past marriage was they try to distance you from your family.
From your family.
Yes.
Move you away from your family.
Move you away from your family.
And this is the best thing for you and all this stuff.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
So that's what we're talking about, the control and manipulation and the gaslighting.
Yes.
Yo, what? And I think I shared this in the last video. As I said, guys, we're just running over them.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I see is that sometimes the guilty partner does something, and when you highlight it, they try to say, oh, but you are doing this, or
So there's no accountability.
there's
taken.
no accountability at all. And they're always trying to find something to pin on you, or to try to say that, oh, you are on your phone too, even when they are guilty. And a lot of times they blame you for the things that they are doing
They are guilty
in the
of.
dark,
Yes.
So that's number 2. And number 3, the last one, this is the last one we're going to do for this video. But guys, we're going to dive into something very important, very, very important. And we're going to show you guys how detrimental toxic relationships are. Let me tell you something. It not so. It not so. My mother always tell me, say, Chicken Mary. My wife loves when I say these things. My mother always tells me, Chicken Mary,
hot the near.
And another famous one, she says,
Chicken a go big.
But not that one. This one. Folk can hear she,
You hear pa, I
hear
behind.
pam. So we are giving you this information. Use it
Wisely.
wisely.
Yes.
All right.
And I always say, babe, you remember I was talking to you the other day and it was distressing me. I couldn't understand because, you know, people frequently reach out to us for advice
Right.
and stuff. And one message that we got from a young man just got me into a place where it broke my heart so bad. And I'm like, why do we have this wealth of information here? It's not 1,000 years, it's not centuries, it's lifetimes upon lifetimes times infinity of information, yet we waste it. We don't use any of the information. Now we have AI and we're still making the same old mistakes. It breaks my heart. Please, guys, use whatever information we provide here as stepping stones so you avoid the pitfalls that we fell in. You do not have to go through hell to learn a lesson. Learn from the mistakes of others. That is wisdom.
You remember when we were having this conversation and you said, was it you who said something to me? You were saying to me that, it's crazy how the information was always there. Or I was saying it to you that the information was always there, but yet still we grew up, found ourselves in toxic relationships, and repeated the same cycles that so many people before us have warned us about.
Man.
And I said to you that what I have realized is that a lot of people get into relationships, and once they get into the relationship or they get married, they feel like it is an automatic one time forever dose part deal. A lot of people do not do the work necessary nor the work needed to help them in growth and constant development.
So, in other words, people are not adding the fertilizer to the relationship.
No,
They're not doing the
they're not
composting to
doing the
add
work.
the life back into the
Right.
soil of the
Because
relationship.
think about it. You go to school and you tell yourself that I want to become a doctor. And if you truly want to become the best doctor or one of the best doctor out there, you are doing all the studies.
Yes.
You are getting all the knowledge that you can so that you can make intellectually honest decisions about your future, about what you want to do, and you
About your
apply
future
that knowledge.
patients. Yes.
Right. We get baptized and we come to Christ, and that relationship is dependent upon our constant devotion to God, not just reading the word, but studying the word of
Absolutely.
God. And after studies, we apply those principles, those practices to our life, and we grow and develop. But when it comes to your relationship, right? People just come and they sit down, and a lot of people do not put in that same work or that same effort. People don't read. We have these books here, guys. What Makes Love Last? 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work. These are knowledge, wealth of knowledge that truly helps people to develop. They have helped me, they have helped you, they have helped us. So people really don't do that work to develop.
In other words, subconsciously, most people value their degrees, value their relationship with God, but they don't value their marriage enough to do the work on themselves to learn so that they can constantly improve
Upon
themselves and the relationship.
Right.
That's sad.
Yep. And, I remember when you used to ask me, do we have any room for improvements? And I said, no, I think our relationship is good. But every time I read something, every time I read What Makes Marriage Work or What Makes Love Last, I see where I apply things to myself unconsciously, and I try to grow and develop and learn from that. I try to apply it in our marriage. And one day I was just sitting down and it just came to me and like, bro, you have a lot of room to grow. Like all of this reading that you have been doing, all of these things that you have been applying to yourself, they have been helping you to become a better version. And that is a telltale sign that that is the room that you still have room to grow.
Yeah,
So
it's
you need to constantly study and search for knowledge.
absolutely. It's like a flashlight, reading those books or getting a wealth of information where relationship and successful relationships are concerned. It's like a
Right.
flashlight shining into your soul,
Mm-hmm.
showing up your deficiencies, showing up your lack.
Right.
And if you don't study, if you don't seek out knowledge in that area to improve your relationship, then you're going to constantly be in the dark. You're going to be in the dark. I have listened to, there's this lady, Dr. Daff. I'm giving everybody shout out in this video because I've been consuming a lot of information. Dr. Daff, she speaks about, how to, be a wife that, remains feminine, remains attractive, remains, mindful, remains in your feminine,
Right.
and, when I listen to those things, as you said, I find myself seeing that I have room for improvement, a lot of room for improvement. Had I not been listening to those things,
You
we would
wouldn't
just
see
be,
that.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't see it. And I would just be going on day to day,
Just
maybe
living.
good here, maybe good there sometimes. But when you're constantly consuming information, like you're constantly reading your Bible, just like you read that information or you watch that YouTube video about improving your marriage, the Spirit of God will bring back that good information to you as well, so you can actually apply it in the
Right.
situations that you need it in.
Right.
So we should definitely be doing development in those
Definitely.
areas.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that's one of our biggest advice, guys. Read, try to get all the knowledge you can and work on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't worry about, encourage your partner to do the same, but don't
Yeah.
worry about them. Work on you.
On yourself, yeah.
And when they see you getting better, and sometimes in most
And
cases,
it's
like
most
with
times
us,
you
both of
naturally have
you,
the desire to
yeah,
do
both
it,
of you just naturally, and
you just
yeah,
don't know that the other
naturally.
person is doing it,
Yeah.
and you just get the best
Yeah.
version of them, and they get the best
Yeah.
version of you.
But
Yeah.
quickly, guys, the third sign that the relationship is toxic, and this is just 3. There are many more. I think we gave 5 in that
A
video.
lot.
You
Yeah.
know, you're always constantly drained. Your spirit just zap, your vibe, everything.
Yes.
You don't feel the same. You don't have the energy when the person is around. You're just like, damn, I wish they would just leave so I could just have this time for myself.
Yeah.
You just constantly want to be around, and that is something that you want to be alone, and that is something that you share in the last video. So again, guys, go check that video out. We are going to link it at the end of this video so you can see how to tell this person how to tell when this person is not for you.
Another thing too, babe, about feeling constantly drained, anxious, or fearful around them is you apologize a lot. You feel guilty for having boundaries.
Right.
And you walk on eggshells around this person. That's never a good place to be. Never.
It's never a good place. And these are signs that you're in a very unhealthy, toxic relationship.
It's going to
that
wear
is
you down emotionally. Yeah.
damaging you.
Absolutely.
And another thing is, a lot of people will say, because we have seen this coming too, yes, we have seen the signs, but we have nowhere to go. Or, yes, I have seen the signs. I recognize that I'm in a toxic relationship, but I have nothing. I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to live. But let's be honest, guys, and this is the serious part of this conversation. We know that a lot of people stay because they feel trapped. They don't have the money, the finances. Maybe they were a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, whatever the case may be. So we're not judging anyone. But
as we mentioned before, a lot of people that are staying in these dynamics are thinking about survival. As you mentioned, the stay-at-home mom that does not have a means of income to support herself should she leave.
Right.
And then she has the children as well. So a lot of people are contemplating, if I leave, where is this going to put me? And studies have shown that after leaving situations like that, your chances of poverty and great need, is high.
Right. But here's the part that most people don't talk about. Here's the part that